Henry David Thoreau, in a minor journal entry, writes, "Launch yourself on every wave." And this one little phrase has stuck deep in my consciousness. I love it because it means seizing the moment. It means really being present to what's happening right now, not waiting around for things to be perfect before you enjoy and receive the gifts of life. We've been receiving a lot of gifts these days. Our adult children have basically come back to live with us during COVID. It's been so fun learning how to cook with them, learning how to do new kinds of exercise routines, reading the books they're reading, listening to the music they're listening to. I've even taken a few courses along with them, and it's been absolutely magic. But it's time for them to go back to their own adult lives. And as they do that, I want to talk about 3 things that I learned about empty nesting, which I think might be helpful to other people. The first is, you'll see that I'm on the very edge of the continent. I'm here at Land's End in San Francisco. And this place reminds me of where we are as parents. On the one hand, we stand on the edge of a continent that we understand, a world that we understand and we get. We've taught our children what our career is like, how to do leisure in the way that we do it. They see the world through our eyes, but that's only a tiny part of what it means to be human. And it's time for them to explore something vaster, like this massive ocean behind me. The second thing that I've been thinking so much about is my wife saying, she says, we left it all on the field. And that's exactly what we did. We didn't do everything perfectly, but we did everything the way that we could, the best that we could. And it's time for us to move on to that next phase. Leaving it all on the field was part of how we got through the difficult days. We knew that this wouldn't last forever, and it made everything richer, just knowing that. The final thing that I want to remind you of, and that I'm reminding myself of, is that eventually it's time to leave your children in God's hands. God is the one who's helped you to care for them from the time they were little to now, and God is the one who will help them to discover the world on their own. The one thing that you cannot give to a person is independence, because as soon as you're teaching that, you're teaching them that they're dependent on you for learning that. And so now's the time for them to be independent, and now's the time for us too to discover new adventures in our lives. So with our partners, discovering new things on our own with the time that we dedicated to being a parent before. My name is Malcolm Clemens Young. I'm the Dean of Grace Cathedral, and here we are in San Francisco, California. Thanks for watching More Good News.